Before we get this going, I want to shout out each and every one of you in the Mandela Effect community. Y'all are amazing, each and every one of you. Whoever does contribution to videos, make videos, uploads new Mandela Effects, comments in the comments, gives us suggestions as creators itself. Thank you to you. I also want to shout out 3 other people too, because I do have a couple of their concepts on this video that I have to thank them for their research, their eyes, their ears, their time too as well, you know, because every piece of time is precious. And big shout out to Book of Vels for what he does, not with just the Mandela Effects and icebergs, but he is just amazing at what he does. I love what he do, man. So big shout out to you. Hazel Fever, you already know, brother. Much love to you, my man. You do what you do. It is amazing how you do your things and what you see. And as well as just bring up a little bit of my eyes too as well. And also, well, there's also one of these Mandela Effects on this video that actually comes from Sin Cloud too as well. She has actually was the first time I saw this, brought it to my attention, and I have to use it too as well. And I have to give you a shout out. And for all you other Mandelian people who do make freaking videos out there, man, shout out to you too as well. I don't want to forget each and every one of y'all. Y'all are amazing. You are what makes me. Me is what makes you. This is what all makes community, because we are all one. We're all into this together. And remember it too, please, well. So big shout out to each and every one of you, and y'all enjoy. Going crazies, man. Y'all are in the lab. Lee here. Y'all saw that title too as well. We're talking about 8 new more Mandela Effects to blow your mind, make you question this reality we live in. That is right, 8 new more Mandela Effects to make you just boggle it all up. Man, as you saw in the beginning, I've given a shout out to each and every one of those people out there that I do have clips of their videos of this Mandela Effects today. Shout out to y'all. Like I said, if I forget any of y'all, man, I apologize. I love each and every one of you. Every one of y'all are amazing. With that said, too, as well, remember that some of these Mandela Effects might not be new to you. They will be new to somebody else, so please respect that. With that also said, man, y'all remember to hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe, because it is all free to the charge. As well as leave me those comments down below so we can talk about these Mandela Effects and others you would love to talk about. So let's get this going. Let's get it moving. We are going to be starting off with yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. You know what? Today's today, Lee. No, we're talking about yesterday. Not the song yesterday. Not the day yesterday. I guess it would be the day yesterday. But yesterday. The spelling of yesterday. As I bring these up here for you, which of these yesterdays looks correctly spelled to you? How do you spell yesterday? Well, if you're spelling yesterday with all the E's in it, yes, all the E's in it, well, you're correct. You're correct. You are correct in this reality. I guess you're correct at all time, because yesterday has always been spelled with the good old E. Well, it's come to my attention, not just mine, but a few other attentions, that yesterday never was spelled with all those E's in it. Yesterday used to have the one with the U. Yes, that is correct. Even myself remembers yesterday being spelt with a U. It blows my mind. It looks so right, but looks so wrong. If I'm wrong, I don't want to be right. You know how that kind of works. But yes, I do remember yesterday being spelt with a U. But how about you? How do you remember yesterday being spelled? Has yesterday always been spelled with all those E's all the way through it, no U at all? Or are you like me, saying, man, yesterday used to have a U in it? Vincent van Gogh, the famous painter of all time, yes. And this one has to do about, well, his ear. Yeah, his ear, Mr. Van Gogh's ear. He cut off his ear and gave it to his love, his lost love, his love that left him, right? Am I correct? Is that correct? Does that sound familiar to you? Well, in this reality, in all reality, that Van Gogh never really cut his ear off to give to basically his lost love, No. The story has it that basically he kind of got into a scuffle and a fight with one of his former painters that living in the house, and he got his ear cut off, or he cut his ear off, and he decided to basically, after that, walk to a brothel. For all y'all people who don't know that, that's one of those houses, you know, and gave his ear to a prostitute. What? That is correct. That is correct. Now you heard me say it. That is history right there for you. That is history. That's correct. He basically cut off his ear. Basically, some say he got his ear cut off because his friend was a jester or a jouster, used to joust, and he cut his ear off. He was so mad that Van Gogh went to the brothel and actually just handed it to a prostitute. But in my reality, I always remember Van Gogh cutting his ear off for his love, for his lost love, his love of his life. That's why he cut off his ear. But how do you remember Van Gogh? Van Gogh ever cut his ear off for his lost love? Or did Van Gogh basically lose his ear and got mad and went to the brothel and gave it to the freaking girl that was prostituted at the end? Let me know. Oh, it's the most magical place on earth, and it's Disney. Yes, Disney. And this one has to do with the missing S, basically. Disney's productions, basically. Disney production. Anything that Disney put their names on, it always said Disney. It's like you see right here, Disney's Lion King, Disney's Mermaids, the Pocahontas, Disney's with the S on it, the apostrophe S. And, well, that's not the case. It never has been the case. Disney never always called their stuff Disney's. It's always been Disney. Disney Aladdin, or Disney Star Wars, or Disney. It's so weird. Disney. Plain Disney. Where's Disney's? The apostrophe S. It sounds weird trying to just say Disney without trying to put the S on there than just putting the S on there. It's just so weird. And I know people might look at it like it's just how they do it. It's been a flip-flop and batch bust. No. The Mandela Effect loves S's. It loves S's. It always has loved S's. Just like it likes the E's, it likes the does. And once again, it takes away an S, an apostrophe S off of this. Disney. Disney's. It always was Disney's. Disney's percents. That's how it always is, not Disney. But how do you remember? In your reality, has it always been Disney? The way it is without that apostrophe S? Disney, Lion King, Disney, Star Wars? Or are you like me and millions of us? Disney's with that apostrophe S. Now we are going to the wonderful world of Harry Potter, and we're going to Deathly Hallows 2. And we're going to be talking about the end scene. The end scene, basically when they're on the train station, Harry's dropping off his kids so they can go to the school of Hogwarts. And, well, check this out. Now, there's a part in that scene where my good old man Malfoy smiles at Harry Potter. Like they have made their amends, that they have put their past. Now their children are going to engage on that wonderful magical journey that those two experienced. But as you saw in that scene, doesn't smile, doesn't nod, just stares at him. Oh, it's weird. It's kind of unleft. It's sad in a way because when we watched this movie, when we got to the end of this thing, knowing the tormentor, knowing everything else was going on and how, Malfoy was being manipulated and how Harry basically saved him, you would see the camaraderie, the love that Malfoy gave back to Harry at the end of that, knowing that that was the end of their journey. The beginning of their journey starts once again through their children. But it's not there anymore. And it blows my mind. And I saw this on Sin Clouds, and it blew my mind away. And when I saw her, as the first part I saw it on a few other ones. I was like, this is so crazy. But how do you remember that wonderful scene? Do you always remember Malfoy looking at Harry, smiling at him, and just telling him, like, are we cool? Or do you remember that scene the way it's played out now? Basically, still got that grudge. Let me know.
All right, guys, listen to some blues riff and B. Watch me for the changes and try and keep up, okay?
This one destroyed me. Shout out to Hazel. Man, this one destroyed me. Johnny B. Goode. Johnny B. Goode. Now, For me, Johnny B. Goode is a staple song from Back to the Future. It is one of those staple songs to me from Back to the Future. I'm a Back to the Future kid. It is one of my all-time favorite movies. And the best scene of that whole movie was and Johnny B. Goode is a staple of that song. I don't care who you are, 80s kids watching this movie, you knew that part. You was ready to sing and dance just like each and every one of those kids at the Enchantment Under the Sea. But the lyrics in Johnny B. Goode have changed. It blew me away. Well, here, for you, but you heard in the beginning, deep down in Louisiana, close to New Orleans. It blows me away. What? Deep down? Deep down? Close to? What? Blows me away. That is not how I remember it. Way down in Louisiana, down in New Orleans. That is how it's supposed to be. That is how Johnny B. Goode could do a guitar. But that is not how it was. That is not how you heard it played. You heard it played deep down and close to, which is not how any of us remember this. Well, especially Marty McFly.
Way down in Louisiana, down in New Orleans, way back up in the woods among the evergreens.
Way down in Louisiana, down in New Orleans. Way down in Louisiana, down in New Orleans. That is exactly how that song's supposed to be. That is exactly how I remember that song. That's exactly how Hazel remembers that song. That is exactly how his chat remembers this song. But how do you remember this song? Has it always been down deep in Louisiana, close to New Orleans? Or, like me and millions, and even Marty McFly himself, way down in Louisiana, down in New Orleans?
Right. Hellfire away. Working clearance as you missile away.
Oh yes, Black Ops 2. Now Black Ops 2 to me was one of the first games that I played live actually on YouTube years ago. Years ago, and it was old school style too. It wasn't like through the gaming system or anything like that. It was like camera to the TV I was playing. That's how I was playing Black Ops 2. And I remember this map standing off all day long, and it blows my mind, and you see it right now. I'm showing you right now. And guess what has to do with that stupid sign that was never there, but now is there? And you're seeing it right here, this sign that was never there. The reason why this sign was never there, that it's there now, is because you go around that little corner, that little cut. You go in there, you got a little corn cut, you have somebody that always was right around that corner, and it goes into this little house. And you would always truck your grenade or your flashbang right over that fucking edge. And I was thinking, if that damn sign was right there, that damn thing would say, ting, 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 right into your fucking face. And it blows my mind. Where did this sign come from? This sign came out of nowhere. This is never been there. This sign has never been there at all, but it's there. It's there. It has always been there, and it's like, what the hell? So you're telling me none of us has thrown a grenade or a flashbang over that side and not hit that sign once in our entire lives if that sign's been there? Because I never hit that sign. That sign has never been there before. And I can't say I've played Black Ops 2 since it's been, since there or since it's been in the new Cold War. I can't say I have, but damn it, this was crazy. How do you remember that? Do you remember that sign always being there on that map at that position? Or are you like me saying, no, I threw so many flashbangs and grenades over that wall that sign was never there? Come with me if you want to live. Yes, we're talking about Terminator. Yes, Terminator, and not technically the movie Terminator or anything in the Terminator movies or anything like that. We're actually talking about the lettering in Terminator or the letterings of the A. Now, I remember doing the Mandela Effects back in the day, doing his old one about Terminator and how the A was flipped. You want to say that? A reversed A, one A kind of looks the other way instead of the other side, and the other side, I'm trying to show you, and if you can see the picture and kind of see what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But now as you look at Terminator, as you look at the Terminator thing, Terminator 2 to be precise, because this is where it came from, the A has flipped back over in Terminator. It's not flipped reverse anymore, it's flipped back the regular way. Because it used to be flipped in reverse, and I know some people are thinking I'm crazy, and I'm going to look back as I'm doing this video. I'm going to look back. I think Moneybags talked about this. The A was flipped. A was flipped the other way. It was reversed because all the other A's were different ways. But now the other A's are in reverse, and the regular Terminator is in the regular position A. I know it sounds weird how I'm trying to describe this to you. There's no easier way, but just see it and feel it. And I know if you know, you know. If you don't, I apologize. Maybe this is me, but to me it's a flip-flop. It is flipping back and forth. And I had to put this here because I want to know what y'all think, because I remember me doing a video about this on the oldest channel, on my old channel. But I also remember Moneybags doing something, somebody else doing a video about this too, so let me know. You can do what you wanna do and live in color, and live in color. Yeah, we were talking about A Living Color. Yes, that great A Living Color. Him and I are Wayne's Productions, the Wayne Productions, man. The whole Wayans did that show. Everybody did that show. Jim Carrey, aka James Carrey, and David Allen Greer, Tommy. Man, it's Jamie Foxx. The list goes on, goes on, goes on. But we're not even talking about none of those. We're talking about actually the lettering in A Living Color, in the bold, the caps of the way Living Color looks. And this comes from Super, actually, Super Mario Brothers. Always big shout out to you, my brother. And we're talking about, when you look in Living Color, there used to be this like bold drop letters, like I said, Living Color at the intro. But it's not the case anymore. Take a look. It looks totally off. It looks totally off. The whole little in Living Color looks way off. And I know people, you can come at me, Lee, it was the opening season, it was the first season, it was the first part of it, that's what they did. They changed the letterings around into it. No. I stayed up to watch this before I had to go to bed and go to school in the morning. And if I had to go to bed, I recorded that thing. So I woke up an hour and a half earlier so I could watch In Living Color so I can get in trouble going to school, telling all these jokes. And I remember the bold letters. They were bold in Living Color. Especially in wasn't tiny in freaking small caps. It was In Living Color. Oh, but it's not the case anymore. And it just looks so weird and odd to me, man, because I mean, it's just for somebody to have the biggest show, the pilot, first season, to have just In Living, just that small little bold front, blows me away. But how do you remember it? Has that font always looked like that in the beginning of the show in their first season? Or do you remember that letter being so much bolder the way it is towards the end of the season, ends of the shows? Let me know. Ooh, 8 new Mandela Effects to blow your mind, make you question this reality. What a wonderful list it is. Big shout out, like I said, once again, Book of Bells, SoundCloud, Hazel, man, even Super. Everybody put suggestions out here, man. Big shout out to each and every one of y'all. Are amazing. Thank you for the love and support you all should show everybody around the tube, like I said once before. Man, if you did like this at any time, please remember again to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, leave your comments down below so we can talk about these and others you would love to discuss on this channel. Without further ado, until then, man, y'all remember to keep your mind open, because those eyes will see everything in front of them. Y'all stay crazy.
Gave us something we never thought we could have.
And what is that?
Another chance.
I think I heard a shot. I think I heard a shot. I think I heard